Talking about emotions in English is one of the most important skills for fluent communication. Every day we express happiness, sadness, anger, fear, excitement, disappointment, love, stress, confidence, and many other feelings. If you know how to describe emotions correctly, your English becomes more natural, expressive, and powerful. In today's lecture, we will learn how to talk about emotions in English in a detailed and practical way. We will discuss important emotion words, their meanings, their uses, sentence patterns, and examples. By the end of this lecture, you will feel more confident expressing your emotions in English conversations. Emotions are feelings that come from our experiences, thoughts, and situations. Native English speakers often talk about emotions in daily conversations. They say things like, "I feel nervous, she looks excited, he became angry," or, "We are proud of you." If you want to sound fluent in English, you must learn emotional vocabulary and understand how to use it naturally. Let us begin with one of the most common words related to emotions. Happy. The word happy means feeling pleasure, joy, or satisfaction. People use this word when something good happens or when they feel positive emotionally. Happy is one of the most common emotional words in English. We use happy in many structures such as, "I am happy," "She feels happy," "They look happy," "He seems happy." Happy can also be followed by about, with, or to. Examples. I am very happy today. She feels happy about her exam results. They were happy with the service. He was happy to see his old friend. We are happy because our team won the match. The word happy is simple but very powerful. It is commonly used in daily speaking. Sad. Sad means feeling unhappy, disappointed, or emotionally hurt. People feel sad when something bad happens or when they lose something important. Common structures. I feel sad. She looks sad. He became sad. They seem sad. Examples. I feel sad when I remember my childhood. She looked sad after hearing the news. He became sad because his friend moved away. They seemed sad during the meeting. We were sad about the accident. Sad is often used with words like deeply, extremely, or slightly. Angry. Angry means feeling strong displeasure or irritation. People become angry when something unfair or annoying happens. Common structures. I am angry. She got angry. He looks angry. They became angry. Examples. I am angry with my brother. She got angry because nobody listened to her. He looked angry during the argument. They became angry about the decision. We were angry at the rude behavior. Remember that we often use angry with someone and angry about something. Excited. Excited means feeling very enthusiastic and eager. People become excited before enjoyable events or opportunities. Common structures. I am excited. She feels excited. He sounds excited. They became excited. Examples. I am excited about my new job. She felt excited before the concert. He sounded excited on the phone. They became excited when they heard the news. We are excited to start our journey. Excited is commonly used with about and to. Nervous. Nervous means feeling worried, anxious, or afraid about something uncertain. Common structures. I feel nervous. She looks nervous. He became nervous. They seem nervous. Examples. I feel nervous before interviews. She looked nervous during her speech. He became nervous when the teacher asked him a question. They seemed nervous before the competition. We are nervous about the results. Nervous is very common in academic and professional situations. Scared. Scared means feeling afraid or frightened. Common structures. I am scared. She feels scared. He looked scared. They became scared. Examples. I am scared of snakes. She felt scared in the dark room. He looked scared after watching the horror movie. They became scared during the storm. We were scared by the loud noise. Notice the use of scared of and scared by. Confused. Confused means unable to understand something clearly. Common structures. I am confused. She feels confused. He looks confused. They became confused. Examples. I am confused about this lesson. She felt confused by the instructions. He looked confused during the discussion. They became confused after hearing different opinions. We were confused about the schedule. Confused is often used in educational and work situations. Proud. Proud means feeling pleasure and satisfaction because of achievements or qualities. Common structures. I am proud. She feels proud. He looked proud. They became proud. Examples. I am proud of my daughter. She felt proud after winning the award. He looked proud of his work. They became proud of their success. We are proud to represent our country. Notice that proud is commonly followed by of. Embarrassed. Embarrassed means feeling ashamed or uncomfortable in social situations. Common structures. I feel embarrassed. She looked embarrassed. He became embarrassed. They seemed embarrassed. Examples. I felt embarrassed after making a mistake. She looked embarrassed when everyone laughed. He became embarrassed because he forgot her name. They seemed embarrassed during the conversation. We were embarrassed by our behavior. Embarrassed is commonly used in everyday conversations. Jealous. Jealous means feeling unhappy because someone has something you want. Common structures. I am jealous. She feels jealous. He became jealous. They looked jealous. Examples. I am jealous of your success. She felt jealous when her friend got promoted. He became jealous of his brother. They looked jealous of our happiness. We were jealous of their luxurious lifestyle. Jealous is usually followed by of. Lonely. Lonely means feeling alone or isolated emotionally. Common structures. I feel lonely. She looks lonely. He became lonely. They seemed lonely. Examples. I feel lonely when my family is away. She looked lonely at the party. He became lonely after moving to another city. They seemed lonely during the holidays. We sometimes feel lonely in difficult times. Lonely describes emotional isolation, not just physical isolation. Surprised. Surprised means feeling unexpected emotion because something unusual happened. Common structures. I am surprised. She looked surprised. He became surprised. They seemed surprised. Examples. I am surprised by your kindness. She looked surprised when she saw the gift. He became surprised at the result. They seemed surprised by the announcement. We were surprised to hear the news. Surprised is commonly followed by, at, or to. Disappointed. Disappointed means feeling unhappy because something did not happen as expected. Common structures. I feel disappointed. She looked disappointed. He became disappointed. They seemed disappointed. Examples. I feel disappointed with my performance. She looked disappointed after the game. He became disappointed by the decision. They seemed disappointed with the results. We were disappointed to miss the event. Disappointed is very common in daily English. Relaxed. Relaxed means calm and free from stress. Common structures. I feel relaxed. She looks relaxed. He became relaxed. They seemed relaxed. Examples. I feel relaxed after listening to music. She looked relaxed during the vacation. He became relaxed after the exam ended. They seemed relaxed at the beach. We were relaxed after finishing our work. Relaxed is connected with peace and comfort. Stressed. Stressed means mentally pressured or worried. Common structures. I feel stressed. She looks stressed. He became stressed. They seemed stressed. Examples. I feel stressed because of work. She looked stressed before the meeting. He became stressed during the project. They seemed stressed about money. We are stressed by the deadlines. Stressed is extremely common in modern conversations. Hopeful. Hopeful means feeling optimistic about the future. Common structures. I am hopeful. She feels hopeful. He became hopeful. They seemed hopeful. Examples. I am hopeful about my future. She felt hopeful after talking to the doctor. He became hopeful about finding a job. They seemed hopeful before the election. We are hopeful for better days. Hopeful expresses positive expectation. Frustrated. Frustrated means feeling upset because something is difficult or impossible. Common structures. I feel frustrated. She looked frustrated. He became frustrated. They seemed frustrated. Examples. I feel frustrated when the internet stops working. She looked frustrated with the situation. He became frustrated after repeated failures. They seemed frustrated during the discussion. We were frustrated by the delays. Frustrated is often used in work and study situations. Calm. Calm means peaceful and emotionally controlled. Common structures. I feel calm. She looks calm. He remained calm. They seemed calm. Examples. I feel calm near the sea. She looked calm during the emergency. He remained calm under pressure. They seemed calm before the interview. We stayed calm throughout the situation. Calm is associated with emotional stability. Anxious. Anxious means worried and uneasy about something. Common structures. I feel anxious. She looks anxious. He became anxious. They seemed anxious. Examples. I feel anxious before exams. She looked anxious about her health. He became anxious after hearing the news. They seemed anxious during the flight. We were anxious about the future. Anxious is similar to nervous but usually stronger. Ashamed. Ashamed means feeling guilty or embarrassed about actions. Common structures. I feel ashamed. She looked ashamed. He became ashamed. They seemed ashamed. Examples. I feel ashamed of my mistake. She looked ashamed after lying. He became ashamed of his behavior. They seemed ashamed during the apology. We were ashamed of our actions. Ashamed is commonly followed by of. Loved. Loved means feeling deeply cared for and valued. Common structures. I feel loved. She felt loved. He looked loved. They seemed loved. Examples. I feel loved by my family. She felt loved on her birthday. He looked loved and appreciated. They seemed loved by everyone. We all want to feel loved. Loved expresses emotional warmth and affection. Now let us discuss useful sentence patterns for talking about emotions in English. Pattern 1. I feel plus emotion. Examples. I feel happy. I feel nervous. I feel excited. I feel lonely. I feel relaxed. This is the most common pattern for expressing emotions. Pattern 2. Subject plus look plus emotion. Examples. She looks tired. He looks angry. They look happy. You look nervous. We look confused. This pattern is used when we observe emotions in others. Pattern 3. Subject plus become or get plus emotion. Examples. I became upset. She got angry. He became excited. They got worried. We became hopeful. This pattern describes emotional change. Pattern 4. Subject plus make plus someone plus emotion. Examples. You make me happy. The news made her sad. The noise made him angry. The speech made them excited. The result made us proud. This pattern explains the cause of emotions. Now let us learn emotional intensifiers. Intensifiers make emotional expressions stronger. Very happy. Extremely sad. Really excited. Deeply disappointed. Slightly nervous. Quite relaxed. Incredibly proud. Terribly stressed. Examples. I am extremely happy today. She felt deeply disappointed. He was really excited about the trip. They looked terribly stressed. Native speakers often use intensifiers to sound more expressive. Now let us discuss positive emotions. Positive emotions include happiness, excitement, confidence, pride, love, hope, and relaxation. These emotions are associated with pleasant experiences. Examples. I feel confident before the presentation. She is hopeful about her career. He feels loved by his family. They are proud of their achievement. We are excited for the future. Positive emotional language creates warmth and connection. Negative emotions include sadness, anger, stress, fear, anxiety, jealousy, and frustration. Examples. I feel frustrated with my progress. She became anxious about the exam. He looked jealous of his friend. They were stressed by financial problems. We felt disappointed after losing the match. Understanding negative emotions is equally important because daily conversations often involve emotional struggles. Now let us learn some conversational expressions related to emotions. How are you feeling? I am feeling great. I am not feeling well emotionally. I feel a little stressed. I feel amazing today. I am emotionally exhausted. Another common expression is, what is bothering you? What made you upset? Why are you worried? What made you so happy? English speakers often discuss emotions indirectly too. Instead of saying, I am sad, they may say, I am feeling down. I am not myself today. I feel low. I am emotionally drained. Instead of saying, I am happy, they may say, I am on top of the world. I am in a great mood. I feel wonderful. I am feeling fantastic. Learning these expressions makes your English sound natural. Now let us discuss emotional adjectives versus emotional verbs. Adjectives describe emotional states: happy, sad, angry, excited, nervous. Verbs describe emotional actions or processes: love, hate, fear, enjoy, worry. Examples: I am happy. I love my family. She is nervous. She fears failure. He is excited. He enjoys adventure. Understanding this difference improves grammar accuracy. Now let us discuss common mistakes learners make while talking about emotions. Mistake 1. Using I am feel happy. Incorrect. I am feel happy. Correct. I feel happy. Or I am happy. Mistake 2. Confusing bored and boring. Incorrect. I am boring. Correct. I am bored. Boring describes something that causes boredom. Bored describes the feeling. Examples: the movie is boring. I am bored. Mistake 3. Confusing scared and scary. Scary describes something frightening. Scared describes the feeling. Examples: the movie is scary. I am scared. Now let us practice emotional conversations. Conversation 1. How are you feeling today? I am feeling a little nervous because I have an interview tomorrow. Why are you nervous? Because I really want this job. Do not worry. You will do great. Thank you. That makes me feel better. Conversation 2. You look excited today. Yes, I am excited about my vacation. Where are you going? I am going to Turkey with my family. That sounds wonderful. Conversation 3. Why do you look sad? I miss my best friend. When will you meet again? Probably next month. I hope you feel better soon. These conversations help you use emotional vocabulary naturally. Now let us discuss emotional vocabulary for advanced English learners. Overwhelmed. Overwhelmed means feeling emotionally overloaded. Examples: I feel overwhelmed with responsibilities. She looked overwhelmed by the pressure. He became overwhelmed after the tragedy. They seemed overwhelmed during the event. We were overwhelmed with emotions. Heartbroken. Heartbroken means extremely sad emotionally. Examples: I was heartbroken after the breakup. She looked heartbroken at the funeral. He became heartbroken after losing his pet. They seemed heartbroken by the news. We were heartbroken to hear the story. Thrilled. Thrilled means extremely excited and happy. Examples: I am thrilled about my promotion. She felt thrilled during the concert. He looked thrilled to meet the celebrity. They became thrilled after winning. We are thrilled to welcome you. Devastated. Devastated means extremely shocked and sad. Examples: I was devastated by the accident. She looked devastated after the loss. He became devastated by the failure. They seemed devastated by the news. We were devastated after hearing the announcement. Content. Content means peacefully satisfied. Examples: I feel content with my life. She looked content after dinner. He became content with simple things. They seemed content together. We are content with our progress. Now let us discuss emotional idioms. Over the moon means extremely happy. Example: she was over the moon after getting married. Down in the dumps means very sad. Example: he has been down in the dumps lately. Blow your top means become very angry. Example: my father blew his top when he saw the damage. Butterflies in my stomach means nervousness. Example: I had butterflies in my stomach before the speech. On edge means anxious and tense. Example: she felt on edge before the interview. Using idioms makes spoken English more natural and expressive. Now let us discuss body language and emotions in English communication. Native speakers often describe emotions through appearance and body language. Examples: she was smiling brightly. He avoided eye contact. They looked exhausted. Her voice sounded shaky. His hands were trembling. These descriptions add emotional depth to conversations. Now let us discuss how tone changes emotional meaning. Consider this sentence: I am fine. Depending on tone, it can mean I am genuinely okay. I am upset but hiding it. I am angry. I am emotionally tired. Tone is very important in emotional communication. Now let us discuss emotional vocabulary for professional settings. Confident, motivated, concerned, disappointed, satisfied, encouraged. Examples. I am confident about the presentation. She felt encouraged by the feedback. He looked concerned during the meeting. They were satisfied with the results. We are motivated to improve. Professional emotional language should remain polite and controlled. Now let us discuss emotional vocabulary in relationships. Affectionate, caring, supportive, jealous, protective, loving. Examples. She is very caring. He became protective of his sister. They have a supportive relationship. I feel loved and respected. We should be affectionate toward family members. These words are useful in personal conversations. Now let us practice a long emotional self-introduction. Hello everyone. Today I want to talk about my emotions and experiences. Recently, I have been feeling excited about learning English. At first, I was nervous because speaking English seemed difficult. Sometimes I felt frustrated when I made mistakes, but I remained hopeful. My family always encouraged me, and that made me feel confident. Now I feel proud of my progress. Of course, there are days when I feel stressed or tired, but I continue practicing because I love learning new things. I believe emotions are a natural part of life, and expressing them helps us connect with others. This type of emotional speaking practice improves fluency. Now let us discuss tips for improving emotional English. First, learn emotional adjectives daily. Second, listen to English conversations and notice emotional expressions. Third, practice speaking about your feelings every day. Fourth, watch English movies and observe emotional language. Fifth, keep an emotion diary in English. For example, today I felt happy because I completed my work. I also felt nervous about tomorrow's meeting. Later, I became relaxed after talking to my friend. This daily practice improves fluency quickly. Now let us review some powerful emotional expressions. I feel emotionally drained. I am full of joy. I feel completely exhausted. I am deeply grateful. I feel insecure sometimes. I am mentally tired. I feel peaceful today. I am worried about the future. I feel inspired by successful people. I am thankful for my family. These expressions help you sound more natural and mature in English. Now let us do a final emotional vocabulary revision. Happy means joyful. Sad means unhappy. Angry means upset. Excited means enthusiastic. Nervous means worried. Scared means frightened. Confused means unable to understand. Proud means satisfied with achievement. Embarrassed means socially uncomfortable. Jealous means wanting what others have. Lonely means emotionally isolated. Surprised means emotionally shocked. Disappointed means unhappy with results. Relaxed means calm and stress-free. Stressed means mentally pressured. Hopeful means optimistic. Frustrated means upset by difficulty. Calm means peaceful. Anxious means worried and uneasy. Ashamed means guilty or embarrassed. Loved means emotionally valued. Mastering emotional vocabulary is essential for fluent English communication. Emotions are part of every conversation, every relationship, and every life experience. When you learn to express emotions correctly, your English becomes more human, natural, and expressive. Remember that fluency is not only about grammar and vocabulary. It is also about expressing feelings clearly and confidently. Practice these emotional words daily. Use them in conversations, writing, and speaking exercises. The more you use emotional English, the more fluent and confident you will become. Keep learning, keep practicing, and never be afraid to express yourself in English.